Welcome everybody to the Sporty stream. That is the wrong page. That is the right page. There we go. Welcome everybody. How's it going? Welcome to the Sporty stream. As soon as I myself center, there we go. How's everybody doing? Welcome tonight. We've got some Rocket League action. 2 series. We just got booked immediately with 2 series. Actually, some last second bookings, but here they are. Start off with the Golden Cup. Entering its 3rd season, we're gonna get a 1v1 match between Xyvvc and Zack. That is incorrect. I should probably make sure I list that correctly. That is Zack to you. We'll fix that soon enough, as, again, my apologies there to Zack. Let's not fix that in time, but again, a win-for match. Then we'll move on to LOS Tier 4 free action at the Division Finals. Blue Lotus takes on the Woods for the Division Championship. 2 teams. Only one can come out on top. Let's start off with Xyvvc versus Zack here. And welcome in, everybody. You got some Golden Cup action tonight. Again, both these players wanting to make a good start to their 1v1 action. Again, I think that really, from what I know, this is really the only league that really holds in a very strong 1v1 league. Good for them. On that, it is not easy to do. Again, we're gonna get them in shortly here. Again, just the start of the season. Too much pressure on these players to, again, there's not too much pressure on them. A long way to go before you get yourself into it. As, again, we're gonna get Xyvvc in and Zack. Zack's actually been on the stream a couple times. We'll see what they do here again. But really the only times we've seen Zack was when he was on Gold, and I think more specifically Golden Legion. Again, we'll be waiting for them to join in. As soon as they're both in, we're going to start the series as early as possible, if we can, because 1v1s, as you know, do sometimes take a while on the stream, so we can be a little earlier. We'll do that. And immediately after we get to that finals, it'll be a best of 7, so 2 pretty long series tonight. As again, this will be pretty fun. This will be for the Golden Cup. I don't know how much of this league we're gonna get to capture on the stream, but from my time when I was on Golden Hour, it was a pretty big deal. So pretty happy to be here. It's a best of 5, yeah. But the series after this is a best of 7. We have a second series tonight. It's a best of 7. So 2 long series. This is a long 1v1 best of 5, which generally they take pretty long. And even when I skip replays, which I will be skipping some replays, just so we can get through this thing a little bit quicker. And then after this, we'll have a best of 7 for LOS champs. That could take a little while, as well. As Prediction Bowl is live. Xyvvc or Zack, which one do you think will take it? As they're already in, actually. We'll just start the series up as early as possible. I did say we're starting up early. We'll do it here. Week 1 of the Golden Cup for both these players. You want to get yourself a good start in the season? We're going to start early. Just so that, again, we can kind of get through things as quickly as possible. Xyvvc on the blue. Zack on the orange. Good luck from both these players here in week 1 of the Golden Cup. And right now, I mean, from my experience, Xyvvc has generally been the player who's, I think, seen a little more success out of the 2 of them, as already a really good start here. Just a good shot from that corner from Xyvvc. Again, from my experience, Zack is the player who's been on the stream more, but Xyvvc, I think, has been the more successful player overall, especially in the name of Golden Hour, of which both these players, you represent that organization. Xyvvc, almost a second goal right off that kickoff. And take some of these quick angle shots right from that corner, and he's been able to recover to this, but with it being tier 1, I don't know what we're gonna see here. Generally, tier 2 is the one that's a little more unbalanced when it comes to the 1v1 level of the players, because in 1s, as you know, there's a lot, even a small rank differential could be a huge change in gameplay. And really a huge change in skill. Tier 1 generally, at least from my experience, probably going to be a bit closer here than tier 2. And Xyvvc already with this second goal. Zack really going in for some of these challenges, but they aren't really working for him. And his job right now is to kind of slow down Xyvvc and allow himself to be successful. I mean, we'll be waiting until Zack gets his first goal as Xyvvc. Almost with a third, that one off the crossbar, and a quick recovery here to hit that one away. He's still on it. Still making life difficult for Zack here, but finally Xyvvc does give him some space, and this is where Zack can become strong. I don't know what that was. I'm assuming that must have been an air dribble bump attempt, but really that was quite poor from Zack. He didn't commit fully for it. He just kind of gave this one here to Xyvvc, who will take it the other way. Already, my prediction, at least my knowledge of these players, seems to be holding true. Xyvvc, definitely the favorite, or at least the better player right now, as goes for it. An up and over Zack. That should be a fourth. It will be a fourth for Xyvvc. Absolutely no respect for Zack in this game. Little solo play right up and over him. The speed of Xyvvc is what catches Zack on that one. We're going to keep seeing more and more goals from both these players as Xyvvc now up by 4. We're only about a minute and a half in this one. Zack, not even a single shot actually. That's really not great for Zack. Have to try to come back here quickly as Xyvvc. A one-on-one play as he's going to try to backwards shoot this one. Zack will get it. Interesting shot there from Xyvvc to go backwards. It's not something you see often, but I mean, something about 1-for-1. There is definitely there is definitely some sort of favoritism for being persistent in a 1v1. Shooting, going for the plays, even when maybe isn't the best opportunity, or when really there aren't a lot left for you. It's, being persistent, continuing to be annoying. Couple that with also being really good at being unpredictable and not giving away your position. Those things really help you in ones. As Xyvvc there, I think a little bit unpredictable, trying to go for that challenge, but it does leave an open space for Zack to go for it. And Xyvvc gets back in time. Great save. He's reaching back. He wasn't on very high boost total. That was really the first threatening opportunity for Zack, but it doesn't go through as we're already halfway through, and Zack's still on 0 goals, only 2 shots so far. When will the scoring start for Zack? Here's a chance. Xyvvc doesn't get to it, and there it is. Goal number 1 for JHG Zack in this series. A simple shot, and that one, Xyvvc almost had that one as well. He was a little slow to jump for, and I think that's all the difference. As I think that one was one that Xyvvc usually saves, and whatever it is, it's not like it's going to slow him down. He almost got his 5th goal. Although not scoring a ton. Xyvvc is shooting only 4 goals out of his 9 shots. A decent shot total, but for this game, he might want to do a little better than that, because it is still technically close. With all the time going by, with only 1 goal for Zack. Xyvvc, gonna try to slow him down here. Flip reset. Oh my, double tap! Oh, Xyvvc! Oh, that's nasty! Oh my goodness, Xyvvc! A flip reset off the crossbar, the second touch. Oh, you couldn't have done that any better. And Xyvvc with his 5th. And quite in a mechanical fashion, too. Kickoff. Back wall. Zack chasing it down. Still Zack. Gonna get a 2nd goal. It's open for him. And he does put it in. Zack staying close, staying within reach of Xyvvc here, but unfortunately, he's gonna have to do a little more than that just to catch up to this guy. Oh, Zack's missed that one. Xyvvc, he's looking for that solo play. I think he realizes that that's not really necessary in that position. Just put one on, and Zack doesn't make the save, and that's Xyvvc who will put in the follow-up. A 6-2 lead. Simple from Xyvvc. Just put one on, see if Zack can take it. Zack could not. And that just goes in. The follow-up will work. Xyvvc has been in absolute control of the series. In ones, generally, again, you don't see a lot of upsets, and Xyvvc proving that, well, I mean, with how it's looking, he was the favorite already. As now, a minute left, he's still scoring a 7th goal from Xyvvc as he puts the flick near post. Zack has been trying to play a game of catch-up here, and Xyvvc not letting him have it. Be relishing in these moments, as that's a good flick to that back post. 1v1 proving to really not be close so far, but Zack is able to get goals here off that kickoff. That's his 3rd goal on his 5th shot. He is finding chances, and he's scoring with them pretty quickly, but less than a minute. He's got to get 4 goals here. This is not easy for a guy who hasn't even scored 4 goals yet this game. Time will be his enemy. As Xyvvc is going to make sure that he uses as much of that time. Zack, he wants the solo play. Flip resets. As it's we're looking for a second potentially. And Xyvvc will stay there. He'll catch it. And now put a high flick. Even though it doesn't really threaten that net, it does go to, it does, you know, slow down Zack. It does make things awkward for him as Xyvvc taking the boost. Solo play. He's got a flip reset. He'll use it near post. Oh my, Xyvvc. Showing Zack how to do those flip resets. Zack went just a little bit earlier. And then Xyvvc does his own. 8-3 the score line. Xyvvc not giving Zack much in the terms of breathing room or really any opportunities to, you know, keep this game closer. No. Falling away here for Zack as those have to concede game 1 at this point. Xyvvc wants another. He'll get another on this air dribble. My goodness, Xyvvc. Whenever he's in the air, Zack does not have an answer. Already 1,600 points for Xyvvc. I mean, he is in full control. 9 seconds. Not double-digit, no double-digit goals yet for Xyvvc, but I mean, here's his chance to do it. Puts one on near post. Zack saves it away, and Xyvvc won't get to it in time. Oh, he does actually. Oh, he's kept it up back here. Wait a second, 0 seconds. Oh, no one will get to it. Xyvvc will let it. Xyvvc and Zack will let it hit the ground. Xyvvc takes game 1, a 9-3 difference. Oh boy, Xyvvc not letting Zack have much in terms of chances. The first half of the game is 2 shots total from Zack and no goals. Now, at the end of the game, 3 goals only, and he really needs to get himself, pull himself together here. This could be a series that gets away from him very quickly. We'll see what happens here going into game 2. Oh, what in the world was that? As I just noticed, I gotta close my door. Oh, a second. There you go. The door's been closed. And we're going into game 2 here. Xyvvc already up 1-0 in the series. There we go. He's going to try to take match point early, maybe even sweep Zack. He has the... from how he looked in game 1, very possible that could happen. As I've got to check something here, actually, make sure everything's good. Yeah, everything's good. Zack, though, has to kind of clamber his way back as Xyvvc will not let him do it. Xyvvc, I mean, I've seen this guy play before. I've seen both these guys play. Xyvvc, from my experiences, just really, really solid all around here. As I mean, he set himself up well for this, and Zack doesn't even get his wave dash. There's an insult to injury. It's not like Zack was going to get to that one in the first place, but the wave dash solidifies that. Or I guess the failed wave dash, I should say, solidifies that. Xyvvc. Oh, I thought he was going to just shoot that, but no, he's going to go for the dribble. Zack has done well to stop these chances, but unfortunately for him, Xyvvc still has just everything working for him in the air dribbles, and Zack, oh, that needs to go on for Zack. He's going to want that shot back, because that one could have been his first goal of the game here. And Xyvvc, he's not going to let him forget about that one. An air dribble. I think he got a bump on that too. Well, look at this one again, and Xyvvc caught the flippers that he really didn't get much. I don't actually think he got it. He did get a bump at the end there, and then demoed him. Just to make things a little tougher for his opponent here. We'll demo him out of the way. Xyvvc. Who's got to be careful with Zack early on the early shot, but Xyvvc has been covering those plays pretty well. He's been pretty speedy when he has to, and now, well, maybe a double tap. Zack is watching that. Xyvvc does need to be careful, though. He is overcommitting a lot for these solo plays, and the more he does it, the more Zack's going to realize how to stop them. And you need to be careful in those situations. You can't let Zack have easy shots. There's still a series to go, and dropping a game to Zack is probably not in your best options. As looks like Zack wanted the bump there, but Xyvvc, ooh, almost fell for it actually on the second attempt. As now he's just baiting Zack in. Space downfield for Xyvvc. Dribble, wanted that second touch, but it will go away as Zack committed for that one, and now Xyvvc up again. Just shoots it. Oh, that's a good play from Xyvvc, but Zack with the save in his back post. Now he's got to be careful. Xyvvc could shoot. Oh, and Xyvvc, that one was open. Zack was not covering his net very well there. Still, he's pushing. Xyvvc will score here. He didn't get the first opportunity to go the way he liked it, but the second one will be on that near post, and Xyvvc giving Zack no time to think. Zack, though, maybe one for himself, and he's missed another opportunity where Zack knows he could have scored that, and Xyvvc. Now, is he going to punish him again? Zack, that's a good dribble from Zack as you get out of defense. But unfortunately, just go straight to Xyvvc here, and Xyvvc, near post. Zack will stop that. And Xyvvc, I think he's going to go for the bump here on Zack. Oh, but Zack's out-muscled him, and that will be a goal for Zack. This one's a lot closer here. Xyvvc's overcommitting more for these plays, and I don't know how to feel about this. I want to see Xyvvc just shoot it from distance a little bit more, because he can get Zack jumping. It feels like he respects Zack a little too much in this game. And one's, you know, there's kind of a fine line between respecting your opponents too much and respecting them not enough, and respecting them at the right level. But for Xyvvc, this game, he's respecting Zack a lot here, and I want to see him just shoot it more. Instead of going for these bumps, going for these plays where he's toying with Zack, instead, just take plays from far distance. Tell Zack that he doesn't really think he can stop those, because Zack will get chances, and Zack is not afraid to put them in, and Xyvvc really not playing up to that level right now. Xyvvc, he has to leave his game face here. Zack is not going to make things easy. Ooh, but that's a good fake from Xyvvc right off the kickoff. That will make things a little tougher for Zack. Not only does he get scored on, and he has to give the lead here to Xyvvc, he also gets humiliated in the process. And that one's going to be nice for Xyvvc. Not going to make things easy for GHG Zack. About 2 minutes left in this game. I mean, 1v1 matches, they can take a long time here. Xyvvc, that's a good play from Xyvvc. That's a really smart play from Xyvvc. Oh my, Xyvvc, that's brilliant. He sees Zack's on low boost. He knows he wants that sidewall. And so Xyvvc just shoots it. And that's what we need to see from him. Zack is giving him openings. Xyvvc needs to take them more often here. And now he's up by 2, but Zack might be able to get one back here. Oh, that shot's going to be too weak, and Xyvvc, ball bumps. Will still get the boost now, and here's his time. Zack, fake challenge, still faking it. Zack still faking it. Xyvvc getting closer and closer, and he gets them at the final moment. It's Xyvvc who waits for the optimal moment and then goes for the shot. And Zack had no chance there. As soon as he got that close to his net, Xyvvc just could shoot it wherever he wants to. Zack is going to have to challenge him at some point, and Xyvvc now, maybe 7. Yes, it is. That's, I think, 4 goals unanswered from him. Xyvvc, then to turn up the offense here. Now he's starting to make things that were already tough for Zack even more difficult. Zack's got to come back, and he's got to come back with a fury. Xyvvc wants another, but this one will stay wide. Maybe a follow-up. He's actually somehow jumps over Zack there with no boost. Xyvvc wins that one as now he's on the near side. This is a good position for Xyvvc. Oh, but Zack's overcommitted for it. And Xyvvc, well, it was a botched flick. It does go over to the defender, and he does push it in. Xyvvc, the offense starting to turn up. Now is when you start to see those solo plays mixed in too. That's when he really makes Zack have to commit to a lot more in those solo plays from Xyvvc. This is when he started to kind of put him in, as Zack wants a double tap, but he does not have the most for it. And he's backing up into this. Flick to the back wall. Zack waiting. Xyvvc trying to beat him. On low boost too. Xyvvc taking the chance he'll meet him in the 50. And now it's Zack's ball. GG Zack, that's a good play. Pinch play off the back wall. Xyvvc still just a little bit faster. And Zack just not able to outspeed him to this one as Xyvvc Interesting backflip from Xyvvc. I think he was a little too fast on that. Zack's going to try to take advantage, and it's going to be wide of that net. Zack in field, Xyvvc. He has this one, Xyvvc. He's got Zack jumping. But Zack catches up to it, and he didn't use a lot of boost for it as well. He'll recover, and that should be a fourth. It will be a fourth near post from GHG Zack. Oh, this game might also be a little over for him. He might have to give up a second game in this series. That is at least a consolation goal, something he can take with him at the end of this game. And really what I was impressed by with Zack was how close he was able to keep it. His shooting was very lethal at the start of this game, but unfortunately, it isn't enough. And Xyvvc turned it up in the second half, and oh, when his shooting gets better, Zack really just cannot stop it. Xyvvc wants a 9th goal. Doomsy? No, he can't get it. Xyvvc, we'll see as that one will hit the ground. He's now up 2-0 in the series. Xyvvc only needs one more game to take it. He's poised to try to start his Golden Cup in a sweep. Not over yet, but it's really tough to get a reverse sweep in a 1v1 match. And for Zack, with how every game's been pretty far away for him, I mean, he got outshot there 14-5 in a 1v1. That is not what you want to see if you're Zack. You have to come out aggressive and meaningful in this one. Or else your week 1 start to the Golden Cup season 3 will not be a good one. Xyvvc gonna end this series. Zack being chased. Xyvvc still on it, but we get the flick, and now he's looking to bump out Xyvvc, but Xyvvc reacts to that by just running away. In that mid boost too. Now 1-on-1, it's a good flick from Xyvvc! It's a floater to the back of the net! And it just hangs in the air there. And Zack with no opportunity to stop that one. As he jumped early, it goes up and over his nose. Xyvvc with the first strike. Now he wants a second. That's a good shot. That's a near post play. Zack not even jumping for it. He'll just give up on that one. Xyvvc thoroughly outplayed him with that shot. And Xyvvc gonna try to end this series in a pretty strong fashion already. 2 goals for a guy who really hasn't scored all that much in this series. When it comes to 1v1s, I have seen players really score a lot more. His offense is one that's good, but man, it is one that also relies on him having a good defense. As Zack, what's the flip reset? Xyvvc stops it, and now Xyvvc flicks it downfield. Zack gonna catch up, but he's gonna lose this boost battle pretty quickly here. As Xyvvc will challenge eventually. Zack still running on just pads here. He does get that back corner, which spawns for him in time, and now Xyvvc has to be careful, although I guess he really didn't get the memo there because he wants that flip resets. We'll get back here as Zack now couldn't catch him on that overgrade. Now he wants a musty flick. Dunk play. Xyvvc gets through both of them. And now Zack again bumped by Xyvvc, who must not be running on a lot of boost here. He's also missed that boost pad. But neither Zack, he used all his boost on that offense. And now Xyvvc, who is able to gather some boost, will put a flick on. Zack! Oh, he had that one, Zack, and it goes off the crossbar. So close, the crossbar will not be his friend here. Usually as a defender, the crossbar will help you out on these plays, but not that one. And it actually prevented Zack from getting the save. This is looking very reminiscent to Game 1. Zack struggling to get his first goal in this game. As Xyvvc, he has to put that one high, but he will get the follow-up. That's off the post. He has somehow missed that opportunity, and he's still couldn't keep up the offense. Zack just has to give this one away. He doesn't have the resources, and Xyvvc knows. Oh, but that's a bad play from Xyvvc, and Zack, even with no boost, this will be his first goal of the game. But again, just like Game 1, it takes almost half the game to do that, and it comes off of a misplay from Xyvvc, as his shot was just straight at him. Although, well, Xyvvc only with 3 goals, he's... What a recovery, my goodness, Xyvvc, a pre-flip save, and he still recovers to it. Oh, a little fancy mechanics, I see what he's doing. Zack, he is on full boost. I don't know if Xyvvc knows that. I think Xyvvc does, but trying to stay as aggressive as possible. Trying to be fearless in the face of adversity is Zack. He's now got the interval dunk play. Zack will pull back on that challenge and let him get that second touch. And a challenge like that, he can either go straight for him, try to go all power, or try to be patient and wait for the challenge to come to him. And he goes for the latter of those two. He waits for the challenge, gets the dunk, and now he's only one away from tying this one up with Xyvvc. Xyvvc not really too perturbed. Just needs to get those goals back again. And it will start with this dribble. As yeah, he's not going to get another touch on that. He's just going to let it go in. Not trying to do anything too fancy with that. As soon as he gets it over Zack, he knows he doesn't have to do anything else. Just push it into the back of the net. Don't try to go for anything where he could potentially miss. And Zack will not be able to catch up. As he's going for it again. I think he might go for a bump play. Yeah, I saw that one coming. It hits the post. Oh, Xyvvc did the bump correctly, and he's still good in score. It hits the post. He'll have to reset here on defense. This time, what will he do? 50. Oh, that's going to go in front of that perfectly for Xyvvc. He angled that one perfectly. He wanted to go for that right side wall, and it will bounce off that wall very strong. It'll go in the net. Xyvvc able to use his mechanics here to help him out as Zack wants that one. Although Xyvvc definitely heard him and saw him coming. And Zack will not be able to catch him here as Xyvvc running around. I don't know what the world that is from Xyvvc. He's still able to win the challenge though. That's just how little boost Zack has. Xyvvc is forcing him to use a lot of it. The plays where he can't even get it out of defense, Xyvvc now just needs to make sure he keeps control as Zack there has run out of space, and Xyvvc will drive that one to the net. Zack getting pressured. He tried to avoid the ammo, but he also inadvertently gave the ball away. Xyvvc out pressuring this guy. GHE Zack not able to really keep up to the pressure that Xyvvc's bringing as Xyvvc. Corner. Zack has actually won that boost. And, he's not going to go for the corner. He's going to go for the ball instead and see if he can get a goal here. Xyvvc. 8. Oh, yes, he is. Zack can just try to put it in. Xyvvc's missed it. Zack will score. Zack with the fake on the air dribble. And there is still time left for him in this game, but Zack has got to put some goals in quickly. 47 seconds. He's down by 3. And if that time keeps ticking, Xyvvc's chances of winning the series keep going up and up. As now Xyvvc. Just a straight shot on this one. Zack will catch up to it, and now Xyvvc will take that corner boost. Again, he's just trying to make sure that he doesn't give Zack enough time to come back, and that's a good shot from Xyvvc! Knee to the back post, near side. And Xyvvc. Now even less time for Zack to make an even tougher comeback. He's got to get 4 goals now in 26 seconds. Time is running out here for GHE Zack. Off the kickoff. That's a good shot, but Xyvvc will read it. And for Zack, is there anything left? He has to basically score here, and he won't have the boost for it. Xyvvc will get it away, and Xyvvc should be able to secure the series here with that one. A 3-0 sweep to start off his Golden Cup 1v1 run against GHE Zack as well. Xyvvc proving he is the better player here through and through. 3 straight wins, 3 straight strong wins from Xyvvc. While his offense did falter at times, overall, he had those moments where he just outshot him. He just outshot Zack every single game by a good couple of goals. And that is a 3-0 sweep here for Xyvvc. Start off the night, he'll go up 1-0 in his season, and Zack will have to start his season 0-1. Unfortunate for Zack, but it is just a bad start for him. He'll be looking to recover here for his next week matchup. I mean, for Xyvvc, though, could have asked for much better from him. As who's his next match? He'll be playing Echo next match. EKHO Echo for Zack. His next week will be against your boy Kersey. We'll see what happens here. As again, what an exciting matchup! Just good action. Sorry about that. My computer just had a little fun with me. Um, again, that is it for our first matchup of the night. Trio sweep. Okay, that's an interesting one. I will fix that for you guys. Don't know why it's doing that. There we go. Apologies on that. Whatever happened there, well, at least it's been fixed. Again, sorry about the logo thing. Scuff night, isn't it? As again, our next matchup, as you guys can see, will be Blue Lotus versus the Woods. We'll be having that one start very soon. The action will still be here on the sportiest stream. Again, Civic, what a matchup, what a start to his season. A strong trio sweep here against Zack. Oh no, thank you for playing. Again, congratulations on your win, Civic. You should be very happy with that. Again, a huge win. Start off your season for Zack. Tough luck. I do expect that we're going to see more of you in the future, though. Don't worry. I have my confidence for you, my friend. You'll do just fine. But again, maybe we'll get to see more 1v1 matches from this league soon enough, but this will be a sweep for Civic. It actually ended pretty early for us, so that'll make things a little bit easier. As we'll be getting everything hopefully sorted out very soon here. Again, I'm trying to get things sorted out. My stream is actually has a few issues in it, so we're just trying to fix everything. Okay, I think we're good. Again, our next matchup will be Blue Lotus of the Lotus 8 Esports organization versus the Woods for LOS champs. I will be going to a pretty long break, but we'll be back soon for more action. Stick around on the sportiest stream. Whew, that was a long break, but welcome back, everybody. We've got one more match tonight. For LOS champs, it's for all the marbles. Well, all, I guess, the division marbles. If the divisions had marbles. This is the division finals that are coming up next here on this stream. But first, let's take a look at our schedule. What happened beforehand. One match. Xyvvc. GHG Zack. Xyvvc with a sweep in the first week of the Golden Cup. Action. Season 3 in Xyvvc. Again, it dominated that one. He swept Zack on that. And now, we've got our last match tonight. A best of 7 LOS action. Blue Lotus versus The Woods. Only one match here. Have to go a best of 7. For LOS, it means essentially everything for these players. It's just to become the best team in the division. You win, you get there. You lose, your season's done. You also have to settle for second place in your division. Second best. No one wants to be second best in your division. But someone's going to end up there. One of these teams will win. One of these teams will not. Simple how it works. So let's take a look at the run so far through this bracket. Blue Lotus being off for season 4-2, and then with 2 sweeps actually against Molenlabe. That's the wrong team. Against the Yoo-Hoos. That was the first sweep they had, and then they played Cobalt, 135 Cobalt, beat them up 4-2, and then they swept Latin 7 there at this moment for the Woods. They run a little different, but very similar in that they did get a sweep in the first round against Evolve Onyx, and they went against 135 Purple. I actually got to see that match. They were able to win 4-2. It's a very strong team. The Woods, not nearly as defensive as I remember them. For the last time I met these guys back in the Indie Gaming League. These guys are much less defensive. They're much more confident in their gameplay. And you can see that especially carry on when they took the hook down AEI, one of the front runners in this bracket, 4-1. Their run, having to go through both the 3rd seed and the 2nd seed. For Blue Lotus, they have to go through the 4th seed and the 8th seed. So for the Woods, their run technically a little harder, but, well, technicalities don't really matter when you make it to the finals. All that matters is getting a win here against your opponents. Take a look at these rosters. We'll have Blue Lotus, who will be on the blue side. That makes sense, I think. Part of the Lotus 8 esports organization, and they'll be playing against the Woods. Woods, our team that have been on the stream a couple times. When they were first on the stream, they had issues with getting wins. They went to Game 5. Actually, I believe they were the first team that ever got reverse swept on this stream in its history. I'd have to check that, but I believe... Oh, I'm almost certain they were the first team that ever got reverse swept on this stream. Again, making history not in the way you want to. But unfortunately, they would have to end up dealing with getting reverse swept in a Game 5 where, I mean, it felt like everything was going their way, and yet not so. And a lot of action here coming up again, but this is the finals. This will be a best of 7. We don't generally see reverse sweeps in best of 7s, and they're also a lot better than what they used to be, so I think we'll be seeing a matchup. Although we could see it go to game... I wouldn't mind going to seeing it go to Game 7, but in this matchup specifically, the favorites are Blue Lotus, the 5th seed, against Blue Woods, 6th seed, but the fun that these teams have had, the Woods actually look a lot scarier with the teams that they have to go through. They have to go through AEY. That's a very good team. Versus Blue Lotus, their wins, their toughest win having to be 135 for Cobalt, a team that it was not ranked higher than 2 of the teams Woods played, again, AEY and 135 Purple. Woods have had a tougher run, technically. There's a lot of technicalities in here, because really that seeding doesn't matter in the playoffs. Just getting wins, playing well, that's what matters. That's what will get you far. We're just going to be waiting for these teams to join in. As soon as they're here, we'll be good to go again. Both these teams, very solid. I just noticed I made a mistake on my side. Let me quickly fix that for the lobby. Because they do actually want a very specific map rotation. That map rotation actually is going to be Dead Canyon Oasis for every single game. So both these teams are going to go with a specific map rotation, which I'm fine with that. I like Dead Canyon, so I don't have Dead Canyon Oasis, so I don't have a problem with that. The RLCS rotation, anyways. So we would have seen it most likely anyways. It's usually Game 5 in that rotation, but for this we'll have it be every game. And why not? Not a problem. And we'll get these teams in the lobby shortly. For, again, a best of 7. I gotta win 4 games to take the division. And, yes, there will actually be a sub-tier championship for Tier 4. There we are in Division A. There's also a Division B. That division has its finals. I would have to check it. Let me... And there's a B division. And that one will have its finals matchup in its finals between DePaul Blue and Nevermore. These teams they'll have to face off against one of those two next week. Whoever wins this will be paying the winner of that matchup next week to become the best team in the tier. So again, there's a lot on the line here. You win, you become the best team in your division, but it's not just to become the best team in your division. You want to become the best team in your tier. You gotta work for it. It's not an easy matchup at all. So we're gonna go in lobby here because teams are gonna start to join up shortly. Again, Blue Lotus of the Lotus 8 Esports Organization. If you notice on their logo, under the flower, there's a little 8 there. I think it's kind of cool. And these teams should be joining any moment here for this matchup, this best of 7. All the work comes down to just one series. And against a team that you don't know, none of these teams have not played each other before. Gonna be an interesting matchup. As look, I can feel the tension. Maybe that's just me being nervous. I don't know, but these players have to be at least a little bit nervous themselves with all the pressure on them. You have to perform strongly. As again, we're gonna be playing up to 7 games here in this series, determine our winner. We did have recently another division finals going down. I believe it was the Tier 5 finals? Yeah, the Tier 5 finals between the Muffin Men and Eternal Empire, which that one went and was a sweep for the Muffin Men, so now we have again another division finals. And this is to become again put yourself in the top 2 of the tiers. This is Division A. There's a second division, Division B. And again, that finals is going to be between DePaul Blue and Nevermore. Actually, both of them being the first seed and the second seed. In it all the way, so good for them. And we're gonna make sure everybody is ready as soon as we can get them in here. We'll be ready for this series. I'm excited for it. As again, the pressure shouldn't be much higher than this. Except obviously next week we're gonna have those tier finals, so that will be interesting. That will really be tough. That will really test these players even more than maybe what they're facing here. As yeah, again, we're starting to see some people join in. That's the Woods joining in. But again, we'll take a look at the B bracket. Again, winner of DePaul Blue, Nevermore. We're playing the winner of this matchup, so here's the other bracket. DePaul Blue sweeping Cosmic Esports before taking down the Boomin' Birds in a game 7. Nevermore sweeping both Gas Bags and BBU Logic Nerds to make it this far, so. And also sweeping NF Outlaws. I'm going to sweep 3 different teams. They're having a pretty good run. We'll see. Again, the winner of that match will be playing the winner of this one here. So again, a lot on the line. Don't know if that matchup has already been decided. If it has, I might be able to see if I can find out actually who it is that won that matchup. I don't think that matchup. If that matchup has been played, it hasn't been reported. That's for sure, because it has not been played on the LOS Champs mainstream either. As we have not been in. Yeah, I do not know actually when that matchup's going to happen. So again, should be interesting. As again, just waiting on now Blue Lotus to join their roster. We'll actually be their starting roster here in Snoop SD, Salamander, and Hazy. That is their starting roster, and it sounds like that will be their roster playing tonight. Makes sense. You play your starting roster at this point. Make sure you set up your availability for your starting roster to be in. As there we go. That's 2 of them, and that's all 3 of them. There we go. everybody in for what should be a best of 7 of grand action. Here we go. Blue Lotus versus the Woods to take the division, to be the best team here. It doesn't get much more intense than this. The division finals of LOS Champs Tier 4. Division A. Not only is this a match going to decide who is the best team in this division, it's also going to determine who will represent this division in the sub-tier championships that will be next week. When the winner of this matchup will be playing the winner of Division B, as already the Woods off to a swinging start. And it's Turkey 16 seconds in with the first shot, catching AZ, racing back, but that one put perfectly in the bottom right corner. The Woods, off a simple passing play, will get that first goal of the series. Still, more action should have come. And I doubt we'll be seeing a sweep like we did last time. We had a division finals on the stream when the Muffin Men swept their opponents in Eternal Empire, EMC. Who knows? The Woods already off to a pretty strong start, and this team used to be known to being pretty defensive, a team that really struggled to get consistent wins against opponents, but in this grouping, that has not been the case. A lot of the same players here in their lineup than what they had before, especially, I remember specifically Bear and Turkey on their old lineup. I believe Pa's one of their newer players. And whatever it is, these guys have gotten more consistent as time gone by. I mean, they know each other now. That kind of knowledge, that kind of chemistry really does go a long way. We saw it with the Muffin Men, a team of 3 players that knew each other for years. And now, we'll see it here from the Woods. Right now, early pressure against Blue Lotus, but only 1 goal to be represented by it. Turkey, though, stopped by Snoop. Salamander. Running Snoop now infield for Hazy. Salamander's going to jump early for that, and that's a good shot, but Pa will read it. The Woods are a team that still have a strong defense. I mean, they were known for the defense back then when they were in the Indie Gaming League, back when they played on my stream during that time. Now, their defense still very, very tough to break. Although their offense itself has also improved, and again, it's improved dramatically. That's why they're so strong nowadays. It's why they made it to this finals. That offense of theirs, I haven't seen some major improvements since the last time I caught these guys playing. It's Hazy, our net, but Pa will stop that, and now his dribble over Salamander. Snoop will try to cut it out. Salamander, midfield for Hazy. Blue Lotus, you can see kind of the formation of passing plays of the vision, but right now they haven't really connected, and it feels like they are a bit pressured here, as that's a good shot from Hazy. Pa will stop it. Bear jumped in too. Now across Snoop to the side wall. Turkey, beaten by Salamander. Off the corner, Bear, clear. Hazy gonna collect it, but he couldn't put it on. And the Woods able to dodge a bullet on that one, as that ball was right in front of the net for Hazy, but Hazy could not catch up to it. And the Woods having to play under lots of pressure, only 1 goal up. This kind of a lead will not last very long for them in some of their games here against Blue Lotus. Blue Lotus should find a way in, and they do with Hazy. As soon as I mentioned now, Blue Lotus is probably going to find good chances from this play. And do just that. Hazy shoots under Pa, and it goes up that near post. Turkey never jumps, I think he was going to roll up that back wall. But he would have chosen that incorrectly. It is now Blue Lotus who can get their first goal of the series. The Woods, not done, want the offense. Turkey, to the back wall. Pa, trying to get midfield, miss from Hazy, but Bears miss too, and no shot will come. It was an opportune moment for the Woods to get that lead right back. Will then go away from them as Pa's got to race back. Dribble. Salamander with the dunk. More respect for Pa's mechanical ability. As Turkey catches up to Hazy on that aerial. Pa now with the clear downfield. Salamander, no touch. Pa chasing it down. Midfield for Pa. Pa trying to go the whole way. Saved, and now Snoop will get the clear. And the Woods, once again, caught having to race back the defense. They've overcommitted a couple times this game. It hasn't really hurt them. I do wonder if we start to see some of these clears from Blue Lotus start to be angled more towards the middle of that net. Just trying to put one maybe in, trying to catch them off guard. Woods, I think, starting to get a bit more desperate in this game. And that could lead to some struggles here on offense, as there will use a very minimal number of boosts to catch up to Hazy. Salamander, do a turkey. Racing up just to keep that one away, but Snoop with dunk. Bear. A paw. Redirect. It does go down the field here. Again, the Woods, they have the chemistry. That's going to be one of the reasons why their defense is so strong. Defense relies on team chemistry, on being able to know your teammates, as that's a good pass. Pa wants a second touch. It hits the post and is out. Almost what would have been the game winner. And Pa will see his shot just off target. Turkey now. We haven't seen much from him, but that touch is going to get away from him. And overtime in game one. Little to separate these teams, but it does feel like the Woods here is going to get more desperate on offense. Starting to go more for solo plays, just trying to get anything on that net. Turkey near post, that's wide. Hazy will clear. And again, an overcommit here from the Woods is racing back to catch up to it. Turkey. Get the dunk on Salamanders. Beaten here, Bear. The back wall, Snoop. Will send it away, but not very far. Bear trying to get a quick one on. Salamanders. They'll watch it. Still, these teams not breaking on defense, even with the Woods essentially overcommitting on every single offensive play they have. It doesn't make a difference. Blue Lotus, too, are ready for defense. But it will take one goal, one moment of brilliance, really break down these teams as Hazy. Turkey clears it back. No one here. Turkey, can he put it in? He's hit it off the post. And again, wide. The very same post that was hit on that double tap attempt from Pa earlier this game. Turkey now finding it. That one stopped by Snoop as he's commit. Bear off the ceiling. Bear wants a second. Bear all the way. And Bear will take game one. The Woods find that moment of brilliance, and it comes from the captain. Bear off the ceiling, gets the second touch, and he drops it down. The Woods start the series off in their favor. And it comes from one play, one moment in that overtime. And the Woods now off to the races in this one. As a follow coming in from Cool Beans. Thank you for the follow, Cool Beans. Welcome to the Sportier stream. And again, we've only just gotten through game one here of this best of 7 series. Winner of this takes the division and move on to the sub-tier championships. This is Division A. Sorry, this is Tier 4 Division A. There's also a Division B as well. Winner of that matchup, playing the winner of this matchup. So far, really close game one. The defense is on full force. We knew the Woods had the defense. I've seen these guys before. Blue Lotus is a newer team to me, and see them put up that, that level of that kind of stoppage was good too. But unfortunately for these teams, the offense has really just never had their time to shine. And while Blue Lotus, for the Woods, it felt like one of the problems that they had was that they overcommitted so much. And for Blue Lotus, it felt like that was one of the reasons they had so much good kind of transition play. Unfortunately, they never made anything really of it, as another follow coming in this time from Lotus 8 Esports. Thank you, Lotus 8 Esports Twitch account, for the follow. Hopefully you're doing well here, as we just got through game one. The Woods starting off in the lead, but Blue Lotus kept it close, went to overtime. They had their chances to win it too. The Woods just were a little bit more potent on offense, and need to see a little bit, a few more shooting opportunities from Lotus 8. Them converting on these transitions upfield when they do catch the Woods on odd man rushes. That is when I need to see them put some good shots on. As now, maybe they just overcommit Turkey. He's got a dribble. That's an open net for Turkey. He won't miss that one. And just like last game, very quickly on, the Woods will assert their dominance in taking that first goal. And again, it's also Turkey who scores first, which is an interesting statistic. As the Woods here now, again, it's all about their defense, but for them, they too weren't away from their offensive woes. When you win a game, only winning 2 goals, that is just not going to be enough on your for your offense. You need to score a few more. Really, confirm that you can get wins, because while your defense might be great, in a situation like the finals, your defense can't do everything. Going to be looking for their second goal in this game as Bear. Salamanders with the clear. Turkey's not going to catch up here as Hazy. The back wall, Pa will react to it appropriately, and now he's got a dunk on Snoop. Salamanders dunked by Pa as well. Pa going on a one-man rampage here through everybody on Blue Lotus. But unfortunately for the Woods, they do overcommit again, and now they got to play defense. Again, the odd man rush coming through. And that is a little more like it from Blue Lotus. A lot more dangerous. Not being afraid to threaten a shooting opportunity. You see a few more of those from them. They're going to push the Woods back a little bit more. Point where the Woods might be a little more nervous to play offensively, but the team already not great at getting goals, although Bear will, I guess, prove me wrong on that one. They get their second. I was just going to say how the Woods have struggled to get goals, but obviously not for Bear. That's a good shot to that back post, and Salamanders, usually I would expect a player of Salamander's caliber to get to that. Just simply missing in that position. Woods now doubled their lead. Salamanders trying to get one back. Maybe the second touch, but it won't go in his favor. And Woods now maybe even a third. Pa in front for Turkey. The back wall. Salamanders trying to get to it, but he's missed, and Bear will put it in. The Woods starting to add on a couple more goals to tally up their score sheet. Bear with his second goal as Salamanders couldn't get to it in time, and for Blue Lotus, they're starting to collapse here on defense. Last game, they did well holding up to the pressure that the Woods had. This game, a whole lot different. Something changed, although they will get one back from AZ. Another win, this time though from the Woods, as Bear misses this one. It looked like he was pretty calm on that corner, trying to size up that bounce, and just missed. AZ will have it open at the shoot on. And one goal back for Blue Lotus. About 3 minutes remaining here. Turkey. Dribble from Turkey. He's going to go the distance here. Turkey off the back wall. Second touch. Can't put it in, but he does drop it in front. Salamanders with the clear. Bear. Very low 50. We'll go backwards for the Woods. Snoop SD. Hazy. Infield for Salamanders. Trying to get a second goal. And that will go just wide of the target. Blue Lotus getting their opportunities. Now this game is kind of evened up, but still the Woods are just better at scoring. Bear's got his hat trick. It comes from an assist by Pa. It's a really nice play off that corner. Snoop has to wait for Bear to shoot that one. It's just too far away from him. It's away from that net back wall. It's away from his reach. Has to wait for Bear's shot, and when you have to wait for someone to shoot from that close range, your chances of saving it are very low. The Woods, once again, getting that 3-goal lead, but that's going to go right back for Snoop. And Pa, who assisted Bear on that hat-trick goal, now just assisted Snoop on this one, as that touch goes completely the wrong way. And Pa helping the wrong team at the wrong time. Blue Lotus will have a response to the Woods' aggression. Hazy. Pa will get to it. And up is Turkey. It's a very weak shot from Turkey. He'd want a little better of that one as Bear to the back wall. Couldn't get that second touch, and it will get hit away. Pa jumping. Woods still on offense as Hazy pass to Bear. Turkey's the last one back. He'll challenge aggressively. And actually, that will work for the Woods. I can't believe that worked for them. Bear is 4 for 4 in shooting. As Turkey just went all in on that challenge. He was not supposed to win that one. At the very best in that situation, he should be getting a 50-50, but Hazy did not see him, or just did not play fast enough. And Turkey will win it, and everybody from Blue Lotus committed to that one. And the Woods, 5-2 lead here in Game 2. And they're not done shooting just yet. Turkey, off the corner. Pa. Turkey. Bear waiting in front. That touch, though, will just be a little too predictable for Salamander. Although it's rolling all the way in. Turkey's gonna get that one. He won't complain. I'm sure nobody in the woods will complain. As that touch from Salamanders loops up in the air, just stays there, and nobody from Blue Lotus would react to it in time. Turkey's got his second goal. And while it is a bit of a fluky one, that's just how things have been going for the Woods. Their offense starting to break through much more easily in this game as Pa wants that redirect, but he couldn't get the doink on it. Now the Woods gonna collapse on Salamanders, who does get all the way down the field. Saved by Pa means no second chance, and Blue Lotus having to work their way through the offense again. This is a good chance for Hazy. That shot left a lot to be desired. And for Blue Lotus, that's kind of how it's felt like for them. Their defense this game much weaker, as I think they're pushing up and committing just so much more. Bear across that net. Snoop getting chased. Delayed challenge. Snoop will get past that, but Bear will cut it off here as Blue Lotus not really even getting shooting opportunities. And when they do, they're not good shots from these guys. Where's that quality of a team that's made it to the division finals? Blue Lotus are not showing us what we know that this team can do. When you make it to this finals, you expect quality plays. So far, that has not been the case for Blue Lotus. We need to see a little more as Hazy. That is a good play from Hazy. And while it will be a consolation goal, a little bit of a light at the end of the tunnel here for Blue Lotus. As Hazy will go all the way himself and tucks it into that top right corner. That's what Blue Lotus needs to do more often. They can transition quickly. The Woods are not a team that seems to be able to react to that transition very well. But so far, Blue Lotus, we haven't seen that kind of play enough from them. And in Game 2, the Woods have shown that they can get even better on offense. And that means they'll be up 2-0 in the series very quickly on. The Woods putting their mark on this series. 2 games straight now. And Bear, 4 goals on 4 shots. Pa with the Playmaker Award. He's got 3 assists. And, I mean, for the Woods, everything's going as expected for them. As, just waiting again on it. We're going to go to Game 3 here. Blue Lotus, you have subs, but I don't know if they're ever going to use any of them. Again, this is their starting roster. This should be what is their best roster. And yet they are just not bringing in the right plays. Had a lot of offensive chances last game. This game, much less. Blue Lotus are going to have to make some sort of a response. You do not want to go down 3-0 in a series. And they could find themselves there. You know, we've seen a sweep earlier. I didn't know if this was going to have the same option, but the Woods trying to make it seem very likely they could sweep these guys. Oh, we got a Game 3. We'll see if they do continue this, but I do think Blue Lotus, from what I've seen from Blue Lotus, this is just them not playing well. This is them having a really slow start. I do expect that we're going to see what Blue Lotus really can do here as the series goes on, but for right now, the question still stands. Do they have that kind of quality play, and can they get it out quickly enough? Because already 2 games down, and we haven't seen it from them. It's the Woods here who are bringing the offensive pressure and are locking it down on defense. And Blue Lotus respond quickly. A team that's made it this far can respond, but I hate to see them do it a little better. That's a good pass, though, from Snoop. I don't know if that was his intention, but Hazy was waiting for it. Snoop, I think he wanted to shoot that one, and it does go off that ceiling, but that's the reason why Hazy's standing there. He knows that Snoop may not be able to reach it fully. And for Blue Lotus, finally, they can get their first goal in a game. As that's an interesting kickoff from Pa, really delayed. It works. But for the Woods, I don't know if it's one of those kickoffs that you want to see happen again and again. As the delay on that was so heavy. So, again, somehow they're getting offense from this, although a double commit means that's now a 3-on-1. Snoop gives it away here. His flick goes to nobody. Nobody on Blue Lotus was on the same page there on offense. And the Woods just get rid of it. Pa with a long shot. Salamanders will get to it, but... Goodness, Blue Lotus, when you're on a 3-on-1 like that, you really should be putting at least something on target. Again, it's just that play from them isn't good enough, and that's just a good shot from Bear. The Woods tie the game up. Turkey assisting Bear in the midfield, and AZ just ran on a boost right before he got to that one. Bear will jump it off that ground and in. And Bear has been really the scoring machine for this side, but a lot of his goals coming off of Pa and Turkey, who are just going to dump it off that corner. And the Blue Lotus not able to stop all those plays very quickly, and the Woods are definitely feeling it. They have a strategy that works, and if it keeps working, they're going to keep using it. As Turkey gets the jump on Salamanders. Bear chasing down Snoop off the back wall. Here comes Pa quickly, and that will be the lead for the Woods. Pa, did he pre-jump this one off the back wall? No, he didn't. Okay, I thought he maybe pre-jumped. He was up very quickly for that. I thought he pre-jumped with how fast he got there, but no. He just saw the bounce, and he read it. And in that situation, as long as you put it anywhere on that net, it's probably going in. And I mean, his work, not too difficult there as the Woods. Oh, the team pinch, that won't go on target, but that was a really scary opportunity. It was kind of waiting to see what would happen as that one from Bear. Rarely does he miss those opportunities. Bear, he is human after all. I mean, I didn't know after last game, shooting 100% like that, 4 for 4, if he was human or not, but obviously he very much is, as that shot goes wide. That's a good shot from Snoop, and Pa wasn't there for it. Turkey needs to do a little better on that touch. He just gives it right to Snoop. And Pa, he's not in the net. He's racing back, but he won't get there in time. And this game, much closer than the last one. 2-2, we're about halfway through this one. As Turkey will take that lead back again. Turkey, yeah, that's going to bounce off the ceiling. Bear will hit it back. Pa, off the sidewall. Play it goes downfield here for the Woods. Hazy in front. Turkey jumping very quickly for it, but he won't be able to direct it on. Pass from Blue Lotus. Salamanders in front. Pa had to be careful there. There was a couple people really wanting it there for Blue Lotus. Trying to jump in and get a part of that action. But he sees where the play's going. He makes the right decision. Stands his ground on defense. Is Bear now. Directed through the middle of the field. Rarely do you ever see a clear go that way. Pa doing just the same, but Blue Lotus stopping in and out. Trying to get those passes. Salamanders off the back wall. Hazy. Turkey will prevent that one from being a dangerous shot, and now time for the Woods as everybody from Blue Lotus getting back. Dunk from Salamanders. Everybody up for Blue Lotus now. Salamanders, can he do it? No. Turkey will stop. Just keep trying to put pressure on here, but nothing breaking easily from the Woods. Hazy. A good pass to Snoop, and that's off the back post. And it pings out here. Hazy, follow up. That will not go out. And for the Woods, for the amount of time they played defense, they always felt like they just were seconds to some of these challenges. They never really committed to some plays where I think they should have. And the rotations of Blue Lotus starting to formulate themselves. And again, this series is far from over, so we'll see if they can hold this lead. Woods starting to meet their match here in this game as Hazy back post. And Pa will wait for it, and now he'll get his clear. Bump. Bear. Turkey, but I would have liked to see a shot there from Bear. Really something that a little bit better played, because that one went behind Turkey, and he really can't shoot in that position. But now he's got to dribble. Turkey, flick, over Hazy, goes in. Turkey will score his first of the game. And with less than a minute remaining, the Woods continuing to keep up with Blue Lotus. A dribble from Turkey. He gets the flick. It's clean. It's quality play from Turkey. And the Woods, again, trying to find the lead in this game once again. Whatever's happening back there, a lot of team bumps, and there's getting rocked around as Hayes to the corner. Turkey gets past him, and now Pa bumping out one. Turkey. But Pa's still bumping Salamanders. Yeah, you guys saw it on that foreground there. Pa was just going all in on that as Bear back post Pa ran away for boost, and Lotus should kick this one out, but they're going to be slow. Bear off the back wall, and Snoop SD the corner. Pa off the back for Bear. No shot coming in as that infield pass just a little too difficult for Bear to get to, and now Turkey. But two solo players, and he's looking down for Pa. That's a really good play. A three-man passing play from the Woods. Takes the lead with 8 seconds left. It's Turkey who drops it down for Pa. His touch isn't on target, but it gets around the final defender, and Bear just has to put it in the open net. The Woods take the lead back. Little time remaining here for Blue Lotus to even it up and maybe send us to overtime. But they could do it here. Salamanders. Dribble. Stop by Pa. It will bounce off that corner. Hazy trying to keep it in. Snoop. Redirects. Bear meets him. Pa won't actually get to this. A pinch off the back wall. They're keeping it alive here. But that will be a fake play from the Woods. And now they're up 3-0 in the series. Another 1-goal differential, just like game 1. But this one won't see the light of overtime. As the Woods now poised to sweep Blue Lotus in the finals. Blue Lotus, it's not like they've been playing too badly. They just, again, the shooting opportunities from them have just not been good enough. They haven't put them where they need to go. This game, though, they did a lot better, but now their defense, only making 2 saves on the 9 shots of the Woods, giving up 4 goals. Their defense now is going to have to work a little bit harder to give them that lead and really hold it, because they did score first in this game for Blue Lotus, but ultimately the Woods finding ways to break through. That 3-man passing play with 8 seconds left was absolutely beautiful. And the Woods now could potentially win their division here. Tier 5 Division A. The Woods en route to take it quickly here as they try to take 4 games straight. These teams have never met each other, but obviously, as we can see, now they do, and the Woods are still a little bit better. Game 4. Here we go, everybody back in. And this could be the end of the series if Blue Lotus cannot win this game. That is if they can't win this game, because right now they're going to get scored on by Turkey. 7 seconds in. This is the fastest goal we've had from the Woods so far, and it's because Pa went all in on Salamanders there, bumped him away. He was going to have a pretty easy save there if he didn't get bumps out. As a fake kickoff from the Woods, a designed fake kickoff here from Turkey as he didn't go for it, and now the Woods have the ball, but they are not going to have offense just yet. Blue Lotus trying to transition on that midfield, but here from Turkey, he's run out of boost here, and Snoop will have to be knowledgeable to that, but now he'll take it back as I think he's going to try to get a dribble out here, but gotta be careful, running out of boost. Pa jumping in and challenging Hazy. Bear trying to intercept that one from Hazy. He's still got it, Hazy. He gets past Turkey. Oh, but Snoop's missed it, and Pa now has a lot of free space. The dribble, the 50, goes high and wide. Bear now. A quick shot. That's just going to go off the crossbar and in. What a shot from Bear. He's been shooting magnificently all series long. And that's just another one from him. Perfectly off the ceiling, off the bar, and in. Snoop. Really, there's not much you can do to react to that one. It's just so fast. And it will fall to the back of the net here for the Woods. Bear off the back wall. Midfield, trying to find Pa. The Woods pushing. Turkey stopped by Hazy, and it will be Snoop here who will try to send it out here. Blue Lotus. The offense didn't even have a time to really set up and show us what they had, as the Woods just running the show. And now with the addition of demos from Pa, making things even more difficult. I mean, really, overall, Pa has been a star-studded player for this roster. He hasn't been scoring. He's really not the goal scorer on this team at all. I think he scores the least amount of goals. It seems like he's the one who scores the least amount of goals, as he's just scored on his own net. Snoop will take that one. And for Pa, I mean, he was in the right position. And did the right thing there to wait for it, but he's outside of his net. Should know a little better than to be out that far. And if he was behind his line, that's saved. That's a pretty routine save to make if you're inside your net. Instead, he obviously wasn't aware of his position as he's away from his own post. And Woods now having to give up one. Their 2-goal lead in jeopardy here as now it's only 1 goal and could be tied up by Blue Lotus very quickly. But that's a good play. That will be stopped by Snoop there. Quick one. Easy jumping. Everybody gonna make sure that Bear doesn't put that one in a dangerous position. Nobody from Blue Lotus want to take chances against Bear as, I mean, whenever he hits that ball, it does seem to have the ability to go in as he's clear. Hazy misses. Pa to the corner. I take it downfield. Now looking for the bump on Salamanders, but Salamanders doesn't jump. Actually go under that one as Bear. He's looking for a bump. He'll get one on Salamanders as the last post, the last back defender. Hazy to the back wall. Turkey reads it. Ah, jumping. Snoop outplays him on that one, and the Woods little nervous, but that's a huge mistake. Nobody back from Blue Lotus, and Pa will score. He doesn't score often, but when he does, it's usually because of plays like this. He's kind of a cleanup guy, as everybody from Blue Lotus left their net there. A bad decision at a bad time. Blue Lotus not making their life any easier with mistakes like that. Although they could answer. Pa gets past Snoop as that was the last one to jump in here. That was all 3 players up for Blue Lotus. Racing back, Turkey. And one midfield, and he'll have to just clear it all the way out. Now Pa will challenge. Hazy. Turkey reaches it in time. I was gonna get to this one. Turkey does as well, and that's a great clear from Turkey. Bear couldn't beat Salamanders as they raced back. That one from Turkey. Kept away by Snoop. Pa. Stopped by Hazy. Lotus catching up to a lot of these challenges, but they're so heavily committing to these plays. They are desperately in need of goals, and they won't get it as Pa with an insane dunk. A 4-1 lead. The Woods leaving nothing behind as Pa absolutely dunks the heck out of Snoop SD. He had no need to jump for that. You don't get those dunks often. But obviously, Pa doesn't care. No respect for Snoop on that clear. And now he'll stop Snoop from on the other end of the field from getting a shot. Turkey. The long touch. Pa trying to reach it, but he won't get there. Snoop on the corner. Turkey sends it back. Turkey off the back wall. Hazy slow to react, and now the Woods back in possession. Bear to Pa. Pa wants a 3rd goal. Pa off that back. 2nd touch. Drop down for Bear. Snoop reaches it. Does waste a lot of time off that clock here for Blue Lotus. And the Woods not letting them get opportunities here. Pa off the sidewall looking for Turkey. Pass goes all the way. And now the Woods just doing it for extra measures. It's Pa infield. It's Turkey to jump. And the shot placed perfectly. The Woods ready to take this division in a sweep. As they are just firing on all cylinders now. Blue Lotus still trying to find anything left for them. Easy. Good shot from Hazy. That's a low one. Oh, sorry, a slow one. A high shot. It goes in. One back here for Blue Lotus. But their chances are going to be very, very few and far between. Not only do they need to get 3 goals just to keep themselves in this game, they have to win this game, and then they have to win 3 others after this. A difficult task for Blue Lotus, and it may not even be one that's possible. Although they do get it clear. Salamanders using every boost he has, just trying to get a challenge on Bear, but Bear just faster. Snoop to the corner. Final seconds ticking away from that clock. 10 seconds left, and for Blue Lotus, it's all but over for them. There's nothing they can do. There's not enough time. And the Woods will win the division in a sweep here. For everything they had at Blue Lotus. And my goodness, that was a dominant win from the Woods. They are division champions. They'll be moving on to the sub-tier championships, taking Tier 5 Division A. They'll be watching for the Division B champions for next week, as they are going to be victorious tonight for Blue Lotus. All that work, all that they've done, and it ends up short here in the finals. And there's nothing they can really do except just look at it and go, well, that is an unfortunate matchup. They really could not compete with the Woods. The Woods just, they looked so insanely strong in that matchup. As we are going to get them in for, I think, a quick interview. So give me a quick moment trying to set things up with the Woods. As again, they'll be the sub-tier championships here. We'll take a look at that bracket that they had. Now that it is all complete here. Again, this is the Division A. This is the Division B bracket. Again, they'll be playing the winner of DePaul Blue versus Nevermore. But to take a look at the 5A bracket, the one that we just saw here tonight, the Woods taking down Blue Lotus in a sweep. Tough again. They had so many tough matches, so you have to go through. 135 Purple being a notable one, AEY another one. And they are going to just be champions here. Again, a sweep over Blue Lotus, taking them down swiftly. Not slow down ever since the start of this series, ever since that overtime. Again, we'll be waiting for them here for that quick interview. But again, I am impressed. That is a impressive win from them. But again, we'll take a look at that schedule we had as well. 2 sweeps tonight. Xyvvc sweeping Zack in the first week of the Golden Cup. And now Blue Lotus getting swept by the Woods in the division finals. What a night of action. Sorry it wasn't any closer though. But it is just the way Rocket League works. Sometimes the matches will end up being quick and being very one-sided. As now joining me here, the captain of the Woods. Welcome in, Bear. Congratulations, you are now division champions.
Thanks, Guy.
Oh, okay. Guy, that's a new one. I had a lot of nicknames in my life, but hey, Guy, you know what? I kind of like the nickname Guy. Again, congratulations on your win here against Blue Lotus. You know, that series was a 4-0, and really, you guys had basically full control, almost total control in that series. What was it about you guys coming in again? You didn't know these Blue Lotus players at all. What was it that kind of gave you guys that kind of confidence? Just come in and be so dominant, so ruthless here against your division opponents.
Honestly, we just played our game. We found that, at the beginning of the season, we were really struggling. But once we kind of found some chemistry, I mean, we got our passing plays going, we got our shooting going, we have our demos and everything, and it all just kind of just lined up. And honestly, yeah, we were just stuck to our game. We played against a few people in the playoffs so far that have come with different play styles. I know 100x35 Purple, they were very mechanical. They came very hard offensively. We kind of played our game, kind of switched up to play style, and kind of beat them at their own game, I felt like, maybe. AEY was super defensive. That was a really hard matchup. They played very defensive, very demo heavy. We played our game, and we ended up winning. And honestly, it's the same tonight. We just did what we did best.
Yeah, you did what you did best. Again, you, Turkey, I know you guys have been teammates for a very long amount of time.
Yes.
Because I remember you guys being on the stream back during Indie Gaming League. What is it like to have a teammate that sticks with you for, again, a matter of years? Generally, teams don't stick that long. But obviously, you guys being teammates for that amount of time. How does that help you guys overall, you and Turkey? Because there's a lot of situations where I saw you and Turkey connect on passes. I think even Pa's been a teammate with you guys for a while. I think
Oh
H
yeah.
Trippin as well. This team's been around for a little while. Again, what is it like having teammates that have stuck with you for this amount of time? It seems like that chemistry is one of the reasons you guys are just so talented.
Yeah, chemistry. We're able to read off each other super well. Um, yeah, I mean it's great. I mean, I Turkey. We were teammates for a long time. Back whenever I believe I was a diamond and he was a plat. So uh, we had a lot of time to get chemistry together. We also put in a ton of time in 3v3 the last month or so to kind of really prepare. Um, but yeah, this group has really put in a lot of work. I'm honestly really proud of them too.
Yeah, again, just a huge win. Going for the playoffs today, you talked about a lot of different play styles. When it comes to tonight, what do you think about tonight? What do you think about the whole playoff structure is all I know. Tonight was a big night. You guys had a lot of pressure on you, and you performed very well. But just for the whole season, you guys had this is your ninth match of your season. You went 4-2 in the regular season. It was an okay record. You ended up being the sixth seeded team coming in, and then the playoffs, you guys just turned it on. You guys went insane, and you did not leave anything behind. Reflecting on your season, essentially so far. I mean, you still have one more match to go in the
Um,
sub-tier championships. Reflecting on your season so far, is there anything you kind of want to reflect on and reminisce about, here on this stream?
just at the beginning of the season, it was super rough. I mean, we were losing against champ threes. Our play style, our chemistry was not there. At the beginning of the season, I felt like we were picking up a little bit. I'm not sure if we were just going up against, wouldn't want to say lesser teams, but teams that were probably ended up at the lower end of the league. And then mid-season, I felt like we were good, and then we had a little bit of a drop off at the end, just to kind of regroup at the playoffs, and then just not look back since then. I'm just super happy. Going in, we were obviously nervous. I was super nervous. I wanted to make sure that I contributed and that I did what I could. So yeah, that overtime goal I think was game one. I mean that left a lot of nerves out for me. Uh, just you know now that I can say that I did something and that we can go on and continue to play well. So, but yeah, I mean Turkey, he was great. He scored a lot of goals, a lot of good ones. Pa was an absolute maniac. All the bumps and demos that he did, I'm sure the other team's going to be uh, dreaming about him tonight and their nightmares. But yeah, I just tried to put the ball on net, try to distribute, tried to just play solid. And like I said, we did what we did best, and it turned out super well.
Yeah, I mean, so far though, I think we've omitted one really important person, Burger, your coach. We really didn't mention
Yeah,
much about him. Tell me
no,
about Burger's impact on your team.
huge impact, huge impact. He honestly goes over a lot of replays with us. He yells at us. He makes sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do. Um, he joins in whenever one of our other guys is out. So I mean, it's great to have that impartial person that's not in the team, but like yelling at you to make sure that you're doing what you're supposed to. Um, but yeah, like he's stuck around there for a while too. So he's been a part of this team, or at least coaching, because he's coached in indie league teams for us as well. He hasn't gone really recognized, but yeah, very solid player, very solid coach. Honestly, a big part of the team.
Yeah, now that you are division champions, you got one more match, your sub-tier championships. You have, you're the best of Division A here in Tier 4. Now, there is still Division B. I don't know if that match has been completed yet, but it is DePaul Blue versus Nevermore. Both those teams being extremely, extremely solid. I mean, they're just destroying their opponents. In that matchup, if you had to say anything to either of those teams, what would you say? I mean, the floor is yours. Is there anything you want to say about that matchup, about those teams, and about having to play one of them next week?
I haven't even scouted them. I haven't. I don't know what they play. I don't know what how they did. But quite honestly, I was more focused on our next opponent the entire time. Um, just making sure that our play style is good, and we're just going to take it one game at a time. We're going to stick to our gameplay, play style, and it's worked so far. I don't see why it shouldn't work next week. So I don't care who we play. We're going to play our game, and hopefully we come out with the W.
Hey, Bear is a confident player. The Woods are a confident team. They win the division tonight against Blue Lotus. Again, congratulations here tonight on your win. Jake becoming the best team in Division A of Tier 4 of the LOS Champs DV3. But before you do go here, we always give a short shout-out section, and the floor is yours. You want to say anything here? Any shout-outs? Any things you want to say to anybody out there?
Honestly, just shout out to my teammates. They did a great job. They didn't fold under pressure. Um, Great job to the coach who really kept us in line. And honestly, everyone back in the server who's kind of like cheering us on. Uh, I know I've spent a lot of, but like every single night so far for the last like few weeks, just over here grinding. So that's a lot of commitment from them as well as everyone else, just to make sure that we're playing our best.
And I love
So
to
yeah,
hear
I
it.
mean,
Love
shout
to
out,
hear
yeah.
that. Again, shout outs to, again, you're going to shout out your team here again. But again, it's just a huge performance. Everybody doing their part on the Woods. Congratulations on winning the division. Good luck winning the sub-tier championships next week. Maybe I'll be able to catch it. Who knows? But again, whenever that match is happening, good luck. Thank you so much for booking me here tonight. Congratulations on your win once again. Have an amazing rest of your night,
Thanks.
Bear.
Thank you. Thanks for casting us.
Of course, my pleasure. That was Bear there of the Woods here tonight speaking to us. A win in a sweep against Blue Lotus. And that is it here tonight. So we had only 2 matches. And now the night is over. Again, thank you all so much for showing your support, for being supportive, and joining that Sweaty stream, doing everything you can to be here, to be ready, to be present. It means a lot to me. Again, thank you all so much. That is it for tonight. Again, thank you so much for joining the Sweaty stream. Everybody, take care, be well, and be safe, and hopefully I'll see you all again